Hi students, today we will start with the next topic of this lesson, that is outbreeding devices. We studied about self-pollination and cross-pollination. Okay, many plants are having some mechanism that discourage or prevent self-pollination. They will be preferring or promoting cross-pollination. So this type of plants, they will be actually having some devices or mechanisms to encourage cross-pollination. These devices are mentioned as outbreeding devices to prevent self-pollination and to promote cross-pollination. Plants are developing many devices. Okay, these devices are called as outbreeding devices. We will see one by one what it is and how it is functioning. With respect to example, you have to study, and different types of questions can be asked from this topic. The first example what is given in outbreeding device, that is unisexuality. The term will be familiar to you. Plants actually when they are unisexual, when we say only one type of flowers will be produced, unisexual flowers. Male flowers can be there, female flowers can be there. So then it is known as unisexual. But here we have to study two types of terms. The flowers can be bisexual or unisexual. Bisexual means both androecium and gynoecium will be present. Unisexual means either androecium or gynoecium will be present. That much is clear, right? Now another two terms you have to study, that is monoecious and dioecious. Monoecious means this both term, monoecious as well as dioecious, both the terms we will explain or we will tell with respect to plants, not with respect to flowers. That is the difference. Okay, monoecious plant means the plant will be having both male and female flowers. Understood? Both male flowers as well as female flowers, or staminate flowers as well as carpellate flowers. Okay, these both are present on the same plant. That type of plants are known as monoecious plants. Is it clear? Now what is dioecious? Dioecious plant means the plant will be having either male flowers or female flowers, or either staminate flowers or carpellate flowers. Understood? So there the male and female plant will be different. One plant, if it is it will be a male plant with all staminate flowers. The other plant will be female plant with all carpellate means flowers. Understood the difference of both the terms? So unisexuality, unisexual flowers will be there, and here these two terms also keep in your mind. In 11th standard when we studied about structure of flower, I hope I told you about this. Anyway, monoecious and dioecious. Monoecious plants are the plants which are having both male and female flowers. The same plant, two types of flowers will be there. And dioecious plants are the plants which are having either male flowers or staminate flowers, or female flowers or carpellate flowers. Is it clear? Now we will move to the next Here some examples are given of monoecious plants: walnut, okay, oil palm, then cucumber, maize, then resinous, hazelnut, fig, melon. These all are monoecious plants. Monoecious plants are the plants with both the type of flowers on the same plant. Okay, I hope the concept is clear to you. These are the examples of monoecious plants. Dioecious plants example: papaya. This papaya actually it is given, the example is given in your book. Then cloudberry, kiwi fruit, okay, spinach, date palm. These all are examples of dioecious plants. Here male and female plants will be there. Papaya actually very common plant. It can be there actually in our premises. There will be male plant as well as female plant, and female plants, the fruits will be coming, but both the type of plants should be there in the same locality. Okay, then the flowers will be the plant will be giving fruits in a faster way. So these are dioecious plants. Now papaya example is there in your book. I said papaya is having some peculiarity. Majority of the species it is dioecious. That is why it is given in your book as an example of dioecious plant. But means there are very few plants, very few species of papaya which are actually not dioecious. We will go through that. Okay, just see here. This is papaya, different types it is. Here actually you can see female flowers are there on this plant. Actually it is a female plant with the female flowers. Here this is a hermaphrodite flower. Hermaphrodite, the term you know, that means both male and female means reproductive organ will be in the same flower, both androecium, gynoecium. Okay, then this one it is male flowers are there in this plant, then female fruit it is there, okay, and hermaphrodite fruit, then male trees. So why I had shown this because there are some species, very few species which are hermaphrodite or bisexual plants in papaya, but majority of them, around actually I think 34-35 species of papaya are there. In that 32 are dioecious one. There will be male and female plants separate, but very few are hermaphrodite with both male and female means whorl or part will in the same flower. Okay, that type of species also rarely present. But with respect to your textbook, it is given as an example for dioecious mulberry as well as papaya. So keep in your mind papaya as a dioecious plant only. We are mentioning because majority of them are dioecious. I hope you understood. This is just some examples it is given. Okay, we will move to the next one. The next term it is dichogamy. Dichogamy means in a bisexual flower, anthers and stigmas, they mature at different times. Okay, even though the flower is bisexual, having both androecium and gynoecium, but the maturity time will be different. Okay, it prevents self-pollination. Okay, then if anther mature first, naturally stigma is not mature that time, these pollen grains will be carried to other flowers and their cross-pollination will take place. So when in a bisexual flower, anthers and stigmas, they are not maturing at same time or they mature at different times, then it is known as dichogamy. Okay, that phenomenon is known as dichogamy. It is to prevent self-pollination. There are two types. First one is protandry. Protandry means the term itself it is explains andrecium matures earlier than gynoecium, then it is known as protandry. Example, sunflower. The disc florets of sunflower, when we see actually the center, the disc florets you can see, it is example for this, there the andrecium matures first. The second category is protogyny. Again the term explains what it is. Gynoecium matures earlier than andrecium. Okay, gloriosa is an example. So what is dichogamy? The definition you should know. The maturation time will be different of both the reproductive worlds, andrecium as well as gynoecium, and the flower, of course, it will be a bisexual flower. Okay, and then there are two categories, protandry and protogyny. Okay, when andrecium is maturing first, it is protandry. Gynoecium is maturing first, it is protogyny. Protandry example is given, the disc florets of sunflower. Here the andrecium is maturing first. Okay, so it is an example for protandry. Example keep in your mind because in MCQ all example actually can be asked. Protogyny. Protogyny means gloriosa is given in your textbook. The example here, the picture is not of the same, but protogyny is being explained. So just I am showing over here protogyny. Here you can see the first day here stigma is maturing. Okay, stigma is here, stigma is maturing, and then it will be receiving pollen grains from some other flower, other plants flower, and that way cross pollination take place. And the second day, this is second day, by the time stigma is not receptive. Okay, here second day the andrecium actually it is getting maturing and it is shedding pollen grains. So that way it is an example for protogyny, as andrecium is maturing, gynoecium is maturing first. Okay, protogyny. Understood? First day gynoecium matures and second day andrecium matures. Okay, so that way the means self pollination is prevented. Okay, next device is prepotency. Prepotency means, actual example is apple. Here pollen grains of other flower germinate rapidly over the stigma. That means some other flower, the pollen grains will be falling on the stigma, and then pollination that way happens. Then it is known as prepotency. So before the same flowers pollen grains are getting matured, so from some other flower the pollen grains will be falling on the stigma, and that way pollination happens. Okay, that is prepotency. Pollen grains of other flower germinate rapidly over the stigma than the pollen grains from the same flower. Okay, example is apple. Okay, here actually it is being explained also. In most cases the bees ensure that any given apple tree, okay, is pollinated by nearby apple trees, not from the same. So from nearby apple trees the bees will be collecting and putting the pollen grains on the stigma of the next one. So that way always these bees actually act as the pollinating agent, and they will be that way promoting cross pollination. Okay, this is happening in apple trees. Next one is heterostyle. Heterostyle, style we know, style and stigma, the stalk of that actually stigma, then style, and then ovary, that way it is. Heterostyle means the style will be having of different types. Okay, there are different types of styles, then it is known as heterostyle. Example given is primula. Okay, primrose. In primrose there are 2 or 3 forms of styles. Okay, that way 2 or 3 forms of flowers are also there. Okay, here see distyle, that means 2 types of style. Here this style is longer, okay, with stigma. Here the style is shorter. Okay, here the style is longer and stigma over here, and here you can see the anther is shorter. Okay, here short style is there. Here you can short style and stigma over here, and here the stamens are actually larger. So this way distyle. Then tri-style, example Lythrum. Okay, here long style is there. You can see long style and then stigma over here. Then a normal style means an average height, normal style and stigma over here. Okay, and then short style. Here you can see a very short style and stigma over here. So that way 3 different style, then it is tri-style. If there are 2 different types of style on the same species, then it is distyle. Okay, in Primula distyle it is there, then Lythrum tri-style is there. So this way the height of the style or length of the style, it will be means vary, and that way it is not promoting self-pollination. So when the style is too longer and the anther as well as stamens, they are shorter, naturally there is less chance of self-pollination. Here also, when here the it is too short, it is not of the same level, so there is a chance of actually cross-pollination. So this way the style will be having different heights, and it will not be of the same height of the filament and anther also. Okay, that way it is promoting cross pollination. Okay, that is heterostyle. The prime rose as well as primula are examples. Okay, the stigmas and anthers are placed at different levels. Okay, heterostyle and heteroanthy. Okay, that way either way it is explained. This prevents the pollen grains from reaching the stigma and pollinating it. So according to the different structural patterns, or by the different structural patterns of both Andrecium and Gynoecium, the plant is trying to prevent self-pollination and promote cross-pollination. Okay, now we will move to the next example or next device, hercogamy. Hercogamy means it is a mechanical device to prevent self-pollination in a bisexual flower. Okay, so here again you can see the the structural peculiarities are there. Okay, the example what is given in your book, it is Calotropis. Okay, Calotropis it is having some structural peculiarities, and that way it is preventing self-pollination. Okay, the structural barriers, that is the peculiarity of this hercogamy means structural barriers or mechanical device which prevent self-pollination and promote cross-pollination. So that is happening in Calotropis. In the next slide, more detailed way it is being explained. Okay, let us see how the structural peculiarity is promoting cross pollination. See here the structure, almost it is given, and explanation is also given. This much detailed explanation is not required. Only means if you want to understand, actually some terms are given in your book. Okay, pentangular stigma. Okay, then pollinia, these terms are given, so only to make you understand. Actually I had downloaded this pic. Here the flower structure means a little bit peculiar. Okay, you can see the stigma, actually this is stigma. Okay, and the filaments of stamens form a tube around the gynoecium. Okay, means this stamens, actually the filaments are forming a tube-like structure surrounding the gynoecium. This is gynoecium, ovary, style and stigma. So it form a pentangular way. Okay, 5-angle type. That way a structure is formed and the anthers are fused with the stigma to form a 5-angled disc. See this 5-angled disc known as gynostagium. That is why it is given in your book pentangular stigma. Okay, see gynostagium. Now just I will explain what is happening. See, you can see a bee is sitting over here. When bee is visiting a flower, that time its legs are getting entangled within this, this structure. It will be getting entangled, and actually each part we can call it as a corpusculum. And inside that there will be caudicle which carry this polonium inside. This is the section you can see over here. See, each part actually having pollen, pollinia. Pollinium, the term is given in your books. That is actually the anther which carries the pollen grains. So here it is there, here it is there. Here it is there, here it is there, and it form a pentangular structure. In the section when it is given, it is explained. So when the bee is visiting over here, its legs are getting trapped. Trapped over here, and it will be trying to escape from that. So when it is pulling out, so that time actually the leg becomes free. At the top of the clip, it will be catching this corpusculum. It will be entangled over here in these legs. And it will be carrying this polonium. You can see. So it will be carried by this bee legs. See, here you see, when the bee is being escaped, so the part will be looking like this. Understood? That means the polonium is taken out. And the same bee, when it is visiting another flower, the same process happens, and there actually when the stigma part, it will be ready to receive the pollen grain. So this polonium will be falling on that, and that way there is a chance of cross pollination, and from there also by chance this way it will be carrying this another translator. And the same process it repeats. So here the structural peculiarity is preventing self pollination and promoting cross pollination. How much detail it is given, what I explained. If you are interested, you go through this. But by seeing this, it is more clear. Actually, when the insect sits, it is getting entangled, and when it is trying to escape, that time this one portion, that is we can call it as a translator, it will be taken, and after removing, that's actually this way it will look. And when it is visiting another flower, the same process happens. By the time it will be falling on that, and there the pollination take place, and there again the germination of pollen grains also will take place. So this is what is hercogamy. Now the next one, self-incompatibility. Self-incompatibility means actually the pollen will not germinate on genetically similar individuals. It is something related with the genetic mechanism. Due to the genetic mechanism, the germination of pollen grain on stigma of the same flower is inhibited. So if it is of the same genetic makeup, then it will not germinate. That is self-incompatibility. When the pollen grains are falling on the stigma of the same flower, it will not actually promote or support germination. So that is self-incompatibility means. So don't forget to mention is a genetic mechanism. So same genetic makeup. So if it is there, then the pollen, when it is falling on the stigma, it will not germinate. That means when the pollen grains falling on the stigma of the same flower, the flower it will not germinate. The pollen grains will not germinate, and that is known as self incompatibility. So these are the examples of outbreeding devices. Each term actually study well. There are some differences in each one, and the peculiarity of each type, each device go through. Anyone can be asked a separate question, or any example can be asked. Okay, 1 mark, 2 mark, or MCQ questions, all it can be asked. So go through the topic, and any doubt is there, you have to ask. Okay, thank you children.